Oh, well, my business behind me. Okay. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, everybody. Hey to nobody. What's going on? This is KSC Derwin. And it's about to rain. So, I have to create more content for YouTube. So, as I revisit my younger self, I never waited for no one to play, honestly. I had imaginary friends and I talked to them. So now I don't have to they don't have to have a name. I can still invite everybody I used to play with right here with me. Like I do Tuda. Tuda can come and talk to me because I'm open to her talking to me. I'm open to anybody talking to me. Why are my cards so mixed up? So because it's Wednesday and I want to communicate, and Wednesday is about Mercury, and I know that one of my spiritual teachers of this esoteric knowledge is no longer with us, but he created a system, and because I opened myself for him to teach me, he wanted to talk. So I'm allowing this to grow in a different kind of way. I'm allowing to spirit to show y'all what it is. When I'm and I get hot cold because when I start playing with these energies. So this is a regular deck of playing cards. This is a playing card oracle, right? And I want to give a message. You know how Trick Daddy say, bitch, I got my pots. Bitch, I got my cards. Okay, so these cards told me that they wanted to come out. So we headline with the Sword of Enchantment because with clubs I'm feeling air because it is air. And in the head, the throat, in the throat position is air. It's 11. It's Lancelot. So what I do is, because this is a new system to me, I can intuitively do what I do. But what I do is, and this is created by CJ Freeman and his daughter, and Anna Cortez. And I really like these cards, and I couldn't understand why I was really drawn to these cards. I was drawn to these cards because we share numbers. Me and her dad share numbers, and we polar opposite. I am a Gemini. He is a Sagittarius. I am 521. I'm 0521, and he is 12. Oh, I like how this rain hitting this window, y'all. Okay. But anyway, so, and I'm used to talking to myself, so I'm not waiting on anybody to come in because nobody may not come in. Matter of fact, I can come in because I do have my YouTube over here. And I don't have to feel like I'm talking to myself. Oh, no, lady. I didn't want you to do that. No. See if I can see myself and say I'm live. I'm live right now. I'm live right now. So, and from here, I could invite other people. So I do get it now. It something had to click. It was almost like I was trying to be too much of a. You have to gain balance as you do these things, as you grow this. You have to gain balance. You have to have control over self. You have to have control over. It is so beautiful when it rains. And now that I used to wish my window was facing the east, my window was facing south. the sunrise. I had to look out the window to see it, but now I see it right in front of me, as if I am my natal chart, and I like that part of it. But so I'm gonna look at this card. It say the Sword of Enchantment, and once you realize that you can enchant situations, that you are enchanted, that this whole assimilation is an enchantment of some I don't really be knowing how to explain it, but I know that it is. I really know that it is. So I just like to talk. Let me introduce myself. My name is Cassie Derwin. That's CASSIEDURWIN. And I am a visionary. I am a mystic. I am a seer. I'm an oracle. I see my past lives. So I have been a witch before, but in this lifetime, when I was in the third grade, it was revealed to me because someone called me a witch. I ain't no punk ass witch. That's nothing to do with nobody else. So don't be trying to pit people against each other. How can I be pitted against somebody I don't even know? I'm just telling my story. That's the only story I know real good. It's and the more that I grow, because I just turned 56. So turning 56 allows me to visit my 11-year-old self and to prove that I am an 11-year-old energy, which is about justice if you do tarot, or it can be about reducing it to the lowest digit or a single digit, and you come up with two. So two is the high priestess. A lot of times I'm in my high priestess energy. If you was to add up Cassie, it equals 20. That's Cassie. Um, So, or is it Cassie Darwin? I don't know, and I don't know where I got my books because I'm just talking off my head. But to show you that I am in my 11-year-old energy and in sync with what it is that I'm doing, because it's people that do this. I'm not the only person. Did I say I picked the 11? And I pick the 7, 7, 11, 7, 11. In the lottery, in the Michigan lottery, when you say 7-11, you normally they're gonna pull 1, 2, 3. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you a little trick. So when I look this up, I see the 7 of Swords. It said the Sword of Enchantment. This card signals the presence of something very special. With the blessing of this 7, unexplained events come into being. So, and you know, the deck of cards is 52 cards is a year. So this, let me tell you, people will tell you this is not tarot. I am not playing with tarot cards at this moment. I am not playing with tarot, and I can take some of my tarot knowledge and understand the numbers and understand what it is saying to me intuitively. Because don't let someone tell you that you can't do it your way. How I learned how to do this is I allow spirit to show me. What is that right there? I guess my little wig cap want to be and I don't wear no wigs. Oh, I'm tearing up my thing. Because I know that's a string to hold something together. You know it is, else it wouldn't be there. Anyway, I tightened my hair and moisturized it and get back to the cards. So the spirit of enchantment, the sword of enchantment, and the reason why I'm showing, this is how I study. I have to study this stuff to know it. I have to study this stuff to know it. In order to know it, I must study. So saying that, I don't mind y'all being here with me while I study. I don't mind y'all seeing me study. Don't let somebody tell you that it is a certain way to do things. You do things the way that they fit you. Spirit will guide you or your team or whatever you want to call it. I don't care what you call it. Everybody get to call it whatever they want to call it. I heard somebody, I was watching some today, and everybody say their opinion like it's just so factual. People say it like it's so factual. The lady was telling her granddaughter, did you do your eyebrows?" She was like, is them the same eyebrows from when you came over for graduation?" And she was like, "No, I did these myself." She said, "Well, you should always do them yourself because you did them really good." Okay. Well, her daughter, which was a grown woman, she just had a BBL or something. She said the grandmother said, "I don't like them when they real dark." And she said, "Don't ever let nobody put no black on your eyebrows. Never let them do that. They supposed to use light brown. Never. That make you look like a witch. What the fuck do a witch look like? They all got black eyebrows or some shit." Or why you can't put black on? Because see, when you're a small-minded person, you don't see beyond the confines of the circle you in or the little graph you're in. Because when I started being around, when I worked in the African braid shop, some tribes make their eyebrows really dark. That's a part of what they think is beautiful. And we, so matter of fact, don't ever. You're only supposed to use brown on your eyebrows. Who said? Why they make black then? Bitch, I got my cars. That's where I'm at with this. Ever since I watched Trick Daddy say, "Bitch, I got my pies." Like, I ain't worried about y'all. I got my pies. I'm not worried about y'all. I got my cars. Bitch, I got my cars. No, this is not for children. And it's live. I'm just saying. So, and we looking at the north wind. Well, when I look at the situation and I see the north wind, I know the north wind, and it's in the hard position, but it's a spade and it's upside down. So when I look at that, and I was talking about earlier how on the 11s and how I moved and how things were enchanted, and I want to read y'all something. And y'all can use. Okay, let me ask you this: you got tools, right? You buy all these books so you can know all this stuff. And every deck of cards just about have a book with it. But you're not supposed to use your book. There's only way that, okay, a book of instructions come with things because they're trying to teach you how to make the most of what they're giving you. So I don't play with these cards a lot. And even though I'm asking Spirit to come and help me, and he does help me, CJ Freeman put me like in a little trance. I was in a little trance. And then I heard, "Open your eyes." When I opened my eyes, it said, "Look around the room and find me." So I looked around the room and it said, because I'm supposed to have symbology all around me. This stick over here reminds me of Audrey. Those little blue shoes remind me of my cousin Diane. Obatala remind me of the Queen Mother because she gave me two people who she said, because I asked, I said, "You see any Orishas on me?" And she did her little thing, this little thing that she spun around. And she told me what she saw. And Batala was one of them in Yemia. And I received it. And she told me some colors. And it don't nobody got to believe what I believe. That ain't what I'm here for. But I do have to introduce myself. And so when they show me symbology and I open my eyes, and he is the creator of the playing card oracle. I've had these for a long time, but it wasn't time yet. I hadn't realized that our numbers were the same. I hadn't realized we were polar opposite. I hadn't realized that myself, this is how I see it. Y'all know it's how I see it, period. That's how I do things. Is my book right here? Because if my journal is right here, how I see it, period. That's what my journal says. How I see it, period. That's how I give it. How I see it is how I'm gonna give it. So how I see it is you can see yourself in others. It's you. We reincarnate, but it's other energies. It's like this energy of spirit is too big to be in just my energy is too big to just be in me. I don't believe it's just in me. I see too many other parts of me, other places, and I believe that, and that's for me to believe. But seeing what I see and knowing what I know that I wasn't ready to be acquainted with his playing card oracle until I could see him. And now that I can see him and we got the same numbers, and I'm big with my birthday. And then I look at Biggie Smalls, we got the same numbers. We got the same day, just different years. But I look at these things and I know that there is a lesson because my birthday is a key. This is a key. This is a key to the number 2 energy. This definitely is the key to the number 2 energy. So this right here, it has 2 hearts in here. And it is blue. And I know it's connected to the high priestess. So I know this key was given to Cassie to help her along her journey. But because I can see you, I can go places and tell people what it is they need for their journey because I'm open to it. I'm open to listening. I'm open to feeling spirit. And I don't have to. People ain't always ready for the truth. I understand that, and that's to come my bag off, and that's to come my bag off. But oh, I got 2 sevens, y'all. I got 2 sevens in the 11. Okay, this is about a choice. This is about how I'm going, or how, where, because I'm just reading the situation. It said, believe in the fire. So you gotta, well, say believe in me. It don't say believe in the fire. The sword of enchantment, believe in me. That's how you enchant things. You believe in you believe in it, you believe. But sometimes you got to turn things around. So I do still have my back to the north, but I'm facing, so I kind of am facing, depending which way I pivot. The north is the past for me. So now I'm going toward the east, but I can always pivot to the south. That's because my car is getting ready. I'm getting ready to do what I'm supposed to do with my car. So when I give a message, I feel the energy of what's going on with the cards, and I tell the story. That's all it is. I'm telling the story. But for some reason now, this Lancelot do lack. Look at his age. Look at him, bitch. I got my cards. Trick Daddy cracks me up. Look at this. That's him. And CJ Freeman, he drew this picture. There go his initials. CJ Freeman. This is in 1998. All the cards got, well, no, this say 99. Different pictures got different dates. So Sir Lancelot. So let me go back to the Sword of Enchantment. It said this card is the present of something, and say, with the blessing of this 7 unexplained events come into being. Okay. So we know that unexplained events are going to come into being, but we're going to look at the 11 of clubs. Lancelot. Lancelot and his remarkable adventures have enduring magnetism. So those cards, believe in me, this card has enduring magnetism. He encompasses both the male and female and rational and the intuitive. So that's the reason why I probably was explaining you the way that I was, because If I can read you, you should be able to read me. It's not as hard as we think it is. But the reason why I'm making this video, because it needs to be understood and it needs to be out there. And this is the truth. And when you say it's about the truth, standing in the truth, he has conviction, trust, prudence, perception, illumination, and courage. So I know I'm channeling his energy. I know that I'm channeling his energy, that I would get out here and do this, even with the book. But basically, y'all just watching me study. This is how I study. And then I get my book and I write down what it is I saw for today. So it's like I'm teaching y'all how to journal at the same time. So this is the book that I use. You gotta have you gotta have you a book. You wanna have you a book. I have different journals for different things. Just like if I was in school, I teach myself just like I'm in school. If I was in school, I would have a different notebook for a different subject. Well, in this subject, this is the playing card oracle. So being that this is the playing card oracle, in this notebook, and I'm gonna show you. I know this is the notebook because there she is. There she is. So I know, and didn't even realize when I drew my picture of Mrs. Hart's. I have a picture that I made. That thing around there, that reminds me of the natal chart. But okay, so let me read you about Sir Lancelot. It says Sir Lancelot in his remarkable adventures have enduring magnetism. He encompasses both the male and female, the rational and the intuitive. So I have to be rational, but I have to be intuitive. And like I said, I know that he is teaching me. So even though I have this recording as a recording, I still, because I cut a deal with spirit, that whenever I do something like this, I have to write notes. So you got your pen, it's how you want it, it's how you see it. So I have to do my pen and I have to write these cards down. You can use shorthand because that's how she kind of teach it. This system kind of goes with the geomancy system. So even with the playing cards, you can write your notes in a geomantic form. Geomancy. It's knowing, that's what his system is about. So all this is esoteric, and I had to kind of cross one system with another. But in my learning, or how I'm learning, is I already know this. I'm just being reacquainted with it. So what you do is you take your 4 cards. So I had the 7 of clubs. I got the 7 of clubs in the head position. You got the head, you got the throat, you got the heart, and you got the feet, I think, or the torso. And you just continue to learn and build on top of there. I'm just making videos, y'all, the same way I did before. I just come on and go live because I'm told to go live. Spirit wants me to go live. And as I was sitting down to study, CJ Freeman visits me whenever I pick up his deck of cards. If it starts to get too dark or something I'm not ready for, I tell him to stop. I'll be like, wait. I just tell him, I was like, wait. They are not here to scare me. They're not here to harm me. They protect me. They're my guardians. They're my guides. They're my girls and my guys. Because it's both energies. I thought it was going to really storm out there. Now the sun trying to peek through. And my little raindrops drying up. But, so knowing that we got the Sword of Enchantment. And then we got Lancelot. and he has an enchanting energy about, but he holds both energies. And then we had the North Node. We had the Four of Spades. So we got the Four of Spades in the heart position, right? In the Four of Spades, the north wind, it comes cold, harsh land. This is in the heart position, y'all. Cold, harsh lands, this wind blows with raw and unsettling power and often involves sexual motivation, the direction of north. But it's upside down. So it's not sexually motivated. And if in it in looking at that, if it's upside down, if it's in the reverse position, and then we go to the sword of truth, the seven of diamonds, because that means, oh, these north winds might, if I was to know the week. So this is 7 days. Start here. Doom, doom. So in about 3 weeks, I'm going to be getting some pushback. Well, things are going to be direct, but somebody else is going, is it Jupiter? Another planet is going to end up going, is it Mars? Going in retrograde. I have to look it up. I can't think of it right now. Okay, so now I got the 7 of diamonds, right? Yep, we got the 7 of diamonds. The 7 of diamonds, the sword of truth, the blade of truth, cuts through the fog of false thinking and delusion. Allow the light of truth to shine through. So regardless to whatever, this month of June is about being truthful and being honest. Things may seem enchanting, especially in relationships, or any kind of relationships. I'm just not talking sexual. But with that North Wind card, it did seem like it was coming off sexual, but because it's in the reverse, I feel like it's going to be some pushback, and the pushback is going to be some truth telling. So I got 3 more minutes. I'm on here. Hey, Rose. Hey, Saturn. Okay, Saturn is getting ready to go retrograde. Okay, thank you. Thanks for hanging out, Rose. Okay, so do you got a question? I'm playing with these cards. I'm doing my study. Okay, Rose Jefferson. Okay, since I'm sitting here, Rose, is Rose still on here? I got my workbook. So I do have Lloyd's workbook, but I already had my collection. What does that say? The Complete Idiot Guide. Because I feel like this, when you're a kid, they give you the simplest forms because they don't want it difficult for you. So when you don't know something, or you're ignorant, that means you don't know. An idiot is ID 10T, whatever. But these DK.coms, I love these books. I really do. They break it down to you where you can understand. So I already had this book, but because I try to support others, and all it is about knowing, and I make up acronyms. So I had to go back to that because I was studying it before. So with the number 1, you got AJS. I'm going to just go with a number 6. Number 6 is a fox, FOX. So, say your name was that's not a good one. Felicia. Felicia, your first letter would be a number 6. And so once so I know fox, and then I know the 5s, it spells new. So I know it's an ENW. So that's how and I know 3s is clue, CLU. So I made up a little something to play with myself, and I make flashcards. The I and the R is easy because that's the 9. And it is the only one that has 2, and then I know the Z. So you can kind of teach yourself numerology, but it's about placement. So now, I can add birthdays together, but now they got me adding words together. So I'm dividing that way. So I'm more letters. more letters now. And I'm seeing things a little bit deeper. I'm just remembering I've done this before. That's all they're teaching me, is that you've done this before, but now you have time to understand what you did before. And it's not so much it's about, I still have to be a mama. I still have to be a grandmother. I seen Lee Dickens today. T. Lee. I seen T. Lee Dickens. And she was so tired. That sun ain't no joke. And it was 9 o'clock in the morning. But that sun ain't no joke. But she went on a little walk and she got right in my lap and fell asleep. I love when my babies feel comfortable enough to just, I'm their grandma. I understand it now. But I've been on here for 30 minutes and I'm going to say, this is Cassie Darwin. If you need to get in touch with me, you say Pluto still retrograde to October. Thank you, Rose. Oh, what I was going to do is I was going to do your name real quick, Rose. And we got 9, 6, 1, 3. 9, 6, 1, 3. So I get 19. Do you come up with 19? That equals to 10. That's a 1. Do you have a 1 as yours? It says Pluto. I got, oh, I'll be forgetting I can say something. So y'all know I was slow. I wouldn't have been great at this in school. I got 10 and I got a 1. So your rows equals 1. Yeah. Yeah. So when I look at, because I got his books right here, so I keep his books close by because I'm learning. So do you want to know about relationship guide, or do you just want the basic? That's what I like. For the 21st century and beyond. So he immediately just jump in there with the numbers. Number 1. So you reduce it down to number 1, and then we come up to what do number 1. I know what number 1, and it says, okay, so the positive and negative meanings. He give you a positive and a negative. So you are original and you are creative in leadership. So your name, because in tarot, when I see Rose, I see something beautiful, but I see thorns too. So you got to be careful how you handle it. So if Rose is not in her true energy of who she is, because now what we're learning is it's not one system. It's all the systems. You can find yourself in all the systems. It's not just one system. It's not going to be just astrology. Yeah, you see yourself there. It's not going to be just human design. Yeah, you can see yourself there. It's not going to be yourself just in the idiogram. What is it? Idiogram. It's not going to be just in this numerology. All of these are esoteric systems where they looked at, they're just studies. They're just resurfacing. And we have been misguided to believe that, no, don't do that, do this. No, do what works best for you. So it's telling me, and when I look at these numbers, Rose, this is just me going off of what I know about you. You were when you weren't where you are now on your journey. So give yourself a hand for allowing yourself to move forward. You were in your negative space. You were bossy. You were strong-headed. You were selfish. You were bullying. You were domineering. You were as a tyrant. And you a steady burning sage. And you was impatient. You a steady burning sage. But if you can't see you, that's how come it's good for you to know your number. So when I look at this, can I see myself? Yes. My grandkids was saying, something. Oh, they said, nah. ASS is in the Bible. I said, ASS is in the middle of my name, CASS. They said, oh, nah. I said, I didn't name me. But I know ASS equals 1. ASS 111, that equals 3. My life path number is a 3. So when I look at these things and see how they connected, and I used to hate when they would erase the C in the rest of my name and leave ass on the board. I used to hate stuff like that. But now the reason why they picked on me, because I am the leader. Follow me, don't, because I knew some shit. My name, in the middle of my name, it tells me I am a leader. I see you for you to be you. Because looking at my natal chart, it's my 8th house. So I should be in a position where I'm assisting someone so that they can grow their business, because that's what I can do. I tried to tell homeboy, you want the next new thing, you better get on my team. But because Cassandra of Troy was Apollo's, he demonized her gift. Because of that, it's like I have to just convince people of stuff. It's just like I had to convince. I'm getting the hang of this stuff where you can see you, but you over here. I like this. I like just going live. I just like going live. I don't like so much as recording and all that. I just want to go live. So looking at your name, but looking at roles, you are a leader. And have you been studying your numbers, Rose? Have you been doing your numbers? So you have to, saying that, you have to applaud yourself that you have came out of there. And then we got to look at Rose. R is a number 9. So your first letter, he has you looking at that number 2. It's a, therefore the single number of your first name added with the single number of your last name. Okay, so it said the second part is the motivation number is found the sum of the vowels. Okay, the motivation. The personality is the sum of the consonants. But it's another one to do with your first letter in your name. Okay, your first name. If you concentrate on your first name, for instance, that is the key. So we know that is the key to you, Rose. Your first name. It says if you concentrate for a moment on the numbers in your first name, much more information about yourself can be answered. Before going further, use the alphabet chart on page 16 and determine 3 important pieces of information from your first name alone. So we go to page 16. Okay. No, this is not here. Okay, so it say the key is the first name is the key. So that's the key to you, Rose. We know you are number 1. That is the key to you. So those are the things you need to look at. And it say a bit more information from your first name is the cornerstone. That is the first letter. That is an R. And we know that an R is a number 9. So then we go back to the number 9 and we say, okay, so when you procrastinating, so we know the cornerstone to Rose is to be organized. You're an organizer. You're energetic, you're dynamic, you're inspirational. You have a good opinion of self. You're leadership oriented, daring, universal, in outlook and you're humane. But when you're in your negative energy of this number, so it don't matter if it's negative or positive, it's just what it is, because this is your unless you change it, you still gonna be that same energy. That's why I be saying God, and we are good and we are bad. So the negative energy, it would be quick tempered, impulsive, daydreamer, narrow minded, combative, emotional, and lack of direction. And you know when you felt yourself be that way. If you hold a mirror to yourself when you're boiling hot, you'll get to see what the world sees. Everybody used to always say I poke my mouth out, and they say you need to stop that. That is so ugly. And one day they got a picture of me, and it was so ugly. It was ugly. It was. It was. I hated that they had that picture. Oh, I hated it. I hated it. I really did. The kids gave me some socks from that little jump place they went, or they went somewhere. But I didn't want the socks for my feet because I like the colors of the socks and they glow in the dark. When I always know where my water bottle is. So I turned the little footies they gave me into a water bottle cover because I like to freeze water bottles. I like cold water. I know they say you shouldn't drink cold water, but I crave cold water. I crave it. And I'm not eating the way I used to, so it doesn't bother me as much. When I was eating a lot of grease and stuff, the cold water would bother me. But I feel like the cold water keeps me going because my body has to heat it up. So I feel like it keep me going. So I do my cold water. So then it said the first letter is the cornerstone. So we got the R for that. And then you go even further and you got the intuitive desires. So your intuitive desires is the first vowel, and we know that is a R, and we know that is a number 6, because I think Fox is number 6. I think I see it there. Yeah, that's the number 6. So we know that you are the energy of a number 6 far as your intuitive desires. Is that what I said? Intuitive desires. So when we read number 6, you're compassionate, magnetic, dependable, affectionate, concerned, loving, artistic, responsible, and caring. And that's why you can do the jobs you do. But at times you can be obstinate, you can be dogmatic, stubborn, doubtful, irresponsible, and uncaring. And that's the reason why some people can't drink alcohol. That reason right there, because sometimes those spirits entering up with our spirits, I can't drink alcohol. I become completely negative. I become completely negative. I be in my negative energy. There ain't nothing wrong with it if I don't mind it. I'm the one drinking. But then I can't do what I'm supposed to do. It's just like I can't overeat and do a reading. If I'm getting ready to do a reading, I can't be just full. Spirit will make me go get that off of me. I'll have to get rid of it. That's a come when I do a reading. When I sit with somebody and I tell you to go to the bathroom, that's because I've readied myself for you. And if you gotta pee, now I gotta pee. And I just pee. So you need to go to the bathroom. People trip out when I do that. I'll be like, could you go pee? And they be like, I ain't gotta pee. I'll be like, yes, you do. I just pee. And I gotta pee again. That's not my pee, that's your pee. They be like, how you? I'm open to it. This part of my ability. I'm just a messenger. I'm the middleman. And most time, if I can feel you pee, that's because you hold your pee. I did somebody reading and they held their pee, and it wasn't about me being all in their business. It was about me letting them know if you continue to do that, the older you get, the weaker your bladder is going to become. And then you're going to be suffering from incontinence. I think that's how you say the word. It says do a mirror. Oh, let me look at this because it's easier to read them right here. It said do Arianica. Oh, do that one? Okay. Okay. Aaron. So somebody's name is Aaron? AA? Or is it AA or is it AR? Okay, let me do it. And because I'm in school, they really showing me how to do this. So we got 1-1. So we know she was a leader too. Her cornerstone, we know it was about leadership in both places. AA RON Arianica. Sound like a Prince song. So we got 1, we got 9, we got the R is a 9, we got the O is a 6, we got the N is a 5, and we got the C as a 3. So is that what you came up with, Rose? And then I have 1, 2. So I see one A, and then I see 2 9s. So I know that's 20 right there. And then I see 11. So I know that's 31 with that 5 and that 6. And then I see a 3 and a 1. What I say? 31. So I see 21, 31 plus 4. I see 35. Did you get 35, Rose? Okay, let me do it another way. 11, that's 22. 23, 24, 25, 26. 36, 35. What did you get? It say my mom. I got 35. So that equal 8. When you reduce it down, so Aronica. So when you say 8, the positive is determined, powerful, faithful, consistent, practical, capable with money and finances. So look, Rose, if you find yourself, okay, because my name, I know why I'm named. I know who named me, but I know my other name too. And I know that name means that I'm to keep it moving. And in Africa, they will give you more than one name. So I like the fact that I know the names that I was considered, because I still feel like their energy is a gift to me. And I know the gift that my aunt was giving me by naming me what she named me, but I do also know the gift that my mother was giving me to keep me going. I am to keep it moving. It said I did it at home. It said my mom was gonna name me Aronica by my granny, but my granny said no. Well, that's what I got. I got 35 and I got 8. So when I get 8, it tell me you're supposed to be strong willed, but you're supposed to be loyal. And a lot of times when you're misunderstood, you can be cruel and you can be greedy and you can be revengeful and hateful. So even though that is not your name, I still would recognize that as a name too of yours. That's just me. Okay. That's like when I did Cassie, and I could see the reason why I picked, or why they picked, because I didn't pick Cassie. Because years ago they used to call me Cassie at Etna, and I used to hate it. It sound like Cassie sound like Kizzy to me at the time. That's just how it sounded to me. It sound like yeah. But now I like Cassie. I love Cassie. Okay. So like and share this video. I'm getting ready to get off here because now I got to do your whole name, Rose. And I think I know I got your birthday listed on my phone. So you are on my list of people too. Because I have to give myself, I am in school. And the easiest way for me to stay and operate in school is that I have it in a structured order. So what I do is I allow myself to do as the kids. I have different subjects, and I sit with that at least an hour a day. At least an hour a day and write down these numbers and work with these cards. But sometimes you can find a ordinary deck of playing cards will be your best friend if you want to play with the cards. Cause I'm like, bitch, I got my cards. All that other stuff, I got my cards, and that's where I'm gonna go with it. So this is Cassie Darwin, CASSIEDURWIN. I say that because I want you to do you right and win. Peace. Oh.